welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. If you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button. Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to cut a perfect standing flare. So you can see the picture up there. So that is what we are going to be doing. This is the fabric I'm going to be using. So the dress, I've already made the top part of my dress, so I'll show you guys how to measure it now and then add all of the measurements to it. Okay guys, so now let's get started. So the first thing to do for a beginner, if you are making this kind of any flare dress, what you will do, you measure the waist part. That's after sewing, just measure the waist. So for mine, I have 14 and a half, which is 29 inches. So, and then you notice this is my zipper allowance. I've not added the zipper allowance, so I'm going to measure the zipper allowance. I have 2 inches here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to calculate that. Now we're going to use our peplum formula for this. So I have 30, that's 31 divided by 6.28. So 6.28 is the standard formula for calculating a flare. So this is just like a standard formula, 6.28. You use it to calculate your circle. So now I'm going to check on my calculator, divide. So I'm going to have 4.9. So is this 4.9? That is what we will use for the radius of our flare. That's the top part, that's this waist part, and that's what I mean. So the next thing now is the length of your flare. So my dress, the top part of my dress, the bodies that I have here is 17 inches, is 17 and a half. So I'm just going to say 17 because that half inches is what I will use to stitch it down. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'll fold my fabric and then we'll start cutting. Okay guys, so the full length of the dress is 38. So we'll minus this 17 inches for the top part, so we're going to be left with 21. So I'm going to fold my fabric right now. So I'll fold it like this into 4. Okay guys, so I need you to watch very closely, because most time when cutting Ankara, especially when you want to cut a full flare, a very full 360-degree flare, and then your Ankara, a part of your Ankara, most times it will not be enough. So I'll show you how to join it. So the next thing we're going to do now, let's mark out our radius test, which is 4.9. So I'm going to come to this top part of my fabric, and then I'll mark 4.9, almost 5. I'll just keep marking it around like that until I get to this end like this. So I hope you can see it. I just want to be able to capture everything. So I've marked this out now. So you can see this part now is not up to my 21 inches. I have just 18, so I need about 3 inches addition. So I'll leave that part first, and then we'll work on this other side. So I'll come to this side. So I just want to ensure that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so everything is captured perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to mark 21 here. So I'll add 2 inches to it for allowance. So instead of 21, I'm marking 23. I'll just keep rotating like this. So you can see, once I got to this point, I've exhausted my 23. So I'm going to cut it out first. So because the fabric is just bulky, it's disturbing me. So I'm just going to cut it out first, and then we'll continue. Okay, now, so I'll just get some of my extra fabric. I need 4 pieces. Okay, so let's see. So now let's table this nicely on the table and see what we are going to do. Okay. So I need 4 pieces, but this is 2. I'm just putting it first. So once I'm done, I'll decide this. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. So this is 2 pieces. So that fabric is folded into 2. And then I'm placing this on top of this like this. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. So now we're going to continue our measurements now. So on this side, I would come like this and then mark my 23. You know I'm using 23. So you can see what I have now. So now I'm going to cutting. I'm going to cut this out and then I'll leave this side because I'm going to use this as stitching allowance. So you can see my flare now, it is complete. So this I will go and stitch on this point like this to this point and then trim out the excess. So I will go and stitch it first. And then after stitching it, so I'll cut this open. So like I said, I need 4 pieces of this. So I'm going to connect them like this on this side. I can decide to use a folded fabric, but I just don't want to waste my fabric. And then stitch this on this. Okay guys, so after joining it now, so we'll mark our 23 inches round, just like the way we have marked it before. So you just keep marking it like that. So even if you are making a very long maxi dress, this is the same process and the same method is what you would use. So I just pull it a little bit. Is what you will use to achieve it, because you know when making Ankara, most times the length is always a problem. So you cut this out now. So after cutting, so you can see our full flare, and then I'll open up this top part. So I'll open it up now so you can see how full you see how full our Ankara looks like. So what I normally do for this part where I have the joining, I will turn it to the side. So you can turn it, if the joining was on one side, you can turn it to the back. So for this, I'll just turn it to the side so you can see the front and the back, so it will not be noticeable. So all of these edges now, I'll open them up and then iron it very well. So once you iron it nicely from the inside, you are not even going to notice anything on this side. So thank you so much. I've now come to the end of this video. If you find it helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys.